Okay. Good morning, and welcome to Thursday, the 18th of June. All right, be prepared, guys. Mercury, I know it's still like 12 days away from being retrograde. However, it is absolutely freaking shadowy as, man. He's being shady. All right, so what did we say? It goes retrograde at 26 degrees and it is currently at 21 degrees. But I think also because it is like Jupiter's at 27, that doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, Jupiter's at 27 and it moves on the 30th as well. All right, so there we go. I think Jupiter's effects are just amplifying. Uh, it's definitely in shadow, but I don't know. I don't know. There's some shady shit going on. So just be prepared, be aware. I've been looking at password protection and all sorts of stuff, and there is the word relics. All right, so the internet and the relics of the internet. So it's not just family and ancestry and heritage and home and the people that you're willing to nurture and fight for and protect. But I think your safety and security online is also something very much to protect at the moment. So if you're one of the people that generally ignore all of those, your passwords are compromised. Don't. All right, just don't. Just it's time to do something about it. The sun is at 26 degrees of Gemini. So we've still got that mercurial sun. All right. So on Sunday, the solstice, it goes into Cancer, so that flavor is going to change. But I don't know. This last couple of days of this of Gemini, I just feel like they're tricky. All right. So just be prepared, ladies. Be prepared. All right. Okay. Well, okay. I think people are just sleeping. I myself have been up since 4:30. So I am like bling awake. All right. So today we have the moon in Leo still. Good morning, Louise. How are you? Oh, you know what? Chin chin or cheers, cheers. Here we go. Click. Nice. Beautiful coffee, Mick. Thank you. All right. Now, the moon is only making one aspect today, and that is a trine. Good morning, Sally. How are you? It is making a trine to Saturn. All right. So this is an easy flow. So the moon in Leo, excellent. It wants to shine brightly. It wants to be proud. It wants to be creative. It wants to be romantic. It wants to, in addition to like the other Cancer stuff, the moon in Leo is all about your children and your grandchildren and the things that you create. All right. So Saturn in Aries is also trying to create something new. All right, I heard, oh, I can't remember her names. Anyway, I was listening to a new astrologer that I found last night, and she was so interesting. And she was talking about Saturn being very responsible and mature, but in Aries, it's very immature, or it doesn't have all of that wisdom yet, and not taking any of Saturn's wisdom away, but he's in an area that he doesn't know anything about yet. Good morning, DG, how are you? So what she was saying was Saturn needs to allow himself to get the right team around him, because it's okay to say I don't know, or let me find out and get back to you, or I'm not sure. Oh my God, that's so interesting. Something new to dive into. All right. So we can still be responsible and mature and like have our shit together, but not know what we're doing, especially if it's a new arena. All right. So like I was telling you the other day, good morning, honey Pat. How are you? Good morning, Christy. How are you? Um, so yeah, the other day I was saying, I'm deep diving into this new juicy field of astro, and I just can't get enough of it. But it's like I can't also find that much information online about it either. So I'm feeling like Saturn in Aries, like I know I have this ability, but finding other people's other people's opinions or other people's information. It's really now down to trial and error and observation. So where in your life is this potentially what you need to be doing? All right, you want to create something, and Saturn's giving you the ability to be disciplined and determined and stick to it. Even if it's hard, you're like, no, I'm going to get this. I'm going to do this. All right. But then in that Aries arena, it's like, but I don't really know what I'm doing. So back to the getting a team around you, family, getting a team around you to help you and assist you with the things that you do not know. All right. Because you deserve to shine. All right. But maybe somebody else has got the brasso or the silver cleaner. I don't know. Anyway, so now at 6 a.m. this morning, we had Venus opposition Pluto. All right. So that is now behind us. That is now something that we have in our toolbox or in our arsenal. It's an awareness that we have. You know, last week I was talking about the she's looking at her beliefs. She's seeing the shadow side of Pluto in Aquarius, and then she is square Chiron. All right, so although so she's, oh my God, sorry. So last week she did the Neptune Pluto Chiron thing. Now Jupiter is doing that. She's looked at her life through the lens of her wound with that square to Chiron. She's seen all that shadow side, but now she's determined. All right. So now Venus is only talking to Saturn. All right. Saturn, also talking to the moon at the moment, is doing that. It's okay. You don't know what you don't know. All right. You don't have to keep going, but I'm that good, because we don't know everything. And I don't know why I'm so like adamant about this. Be innocent. Allow yourself to not know everything. All right. Good morning, Barbara. Oh my God, Barbara. All right. I know this sounds unusual, and whoever knows me here, I've never done this before. But Barbara, I have seen your post about your person that you have lost, and every single time I saw that post, I got told to draw you a card. All right? If I saw you and I saw you, then I had to draw you a card. I don't know if it's a specific message or what it is, but here it is for you. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and in a minute I'll be reading the words, and it might make even a bit more sense, because yeah, anyway, so all right, this card is for Barbara specifically. All right, okay, look at that. It is the Tower. All right, it is specifically in alignment with the photos that I saw from you. And yes, maybe you feel like your world has crumbled, but this is with the Tower, we get to rebuild our future road with the remnants and the bricks that are left that are still strong. All right, so I don't know if this is a specific and a relevant message for you, but again, I was just kept getting told to say this to you. So and again with the Tower, you can always, like cultures have throughout the centuries, they rebuild their roads using the rocks of the past. So I don't know specifically, but there you go, and I will move on now. Okay. Mwah, big hugs to you. All right. Okay, now I will read the words. All right, so don't be afraid to say exactly what it is that you mean. You could be feeling highly receptive to those around you. So if something enters your thoughts, then speak them. If it feels a bit challenging, then that's the one that needs addressing or healing. Allow yourself to be ahead of the wave that is coming. Otherwise, you may just end up in the whitewash. So, like I was saying at the beginning of this, and you are more than welcome, Barbara, by the way. So, right, so the last couple of days of Gemini, ruled by Mercury. Mercury's being tricky. He is in shadow. Jupiter is amplifying what he is doing. I was specifically talking about, don't ignore things that are about your safety and security. All right. So online security at the moment, I feel, is very, very relevant. And I've just heard from someone this morning that got their account hacked. So please be aware that this shit happens. Do not ignore those compromised passwords. I know that I am not going to. All right. So So there's that. All right, and again, Venus has finished her opposition to Pluto, all right? You've finished looking into those tower moments now. You are allowed to put your crown back on your head and shine as brightly as you need to pave your own way forward, all right? So, I've done the aspect for the rest of the month, and it's exceptionally tricky. Like it really is. We're coming into the solstice, we're coming into our winter Cancer sort of stuff where we have to deal with the things of the past. All right. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer is just going to amplify that even more. It's going to be moving away from Jupiter, but Jupiter's still in Cancer. All right. So on the 30th, we have got a massive day. So we are at the 18th now. So in the next 12 days, coming up to this next full moon, it's just growing and growing and growing in strength. All right. So I feel like the receptivity that you're feeling, when things pop into your mind, speak those words, address those things straight away. All right, we're coming up to a Capricorn full moon on the 30th. That is the day that Mercury goes retrograde, the full moon is in Capricorn, and Jupiter moves into Leo. All right, so these next 2 weeks or 12 days are us allowing that wisdom and knowledge that we've gained in Cancer season for the last year to actually start to coalesce and become something that is strong in our awareness. Mercury retrograde is going to be doing the same thing. Once this mess coalesces and becomes something that has more form, then I think the Mercury retrograde is allowing us to look at some things very specifically. And then again, bang, Jupiter moves into Leo, where, then the awareness becomes, our ability to create and shine and play and have things that are shiny and bright in life. How does that feel, guys? How does that feel? I mean, I know I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I've been awake for 4 hours already. You guys are waking up and going, hang on, I haven't had my coffee yet. So, all right. So, all day, don't be afraid to ask questions. Say the things that you mean and get help when needed. All right. You've seen you've looked into the black hole. You can move through that now. Now, I've got another note here that Pluto is currently square Chiron, out of orb, but as soon as Chiron moves into Taurus on Saturday, that means that Pluto and Chiron are going to be in a square as well. So we're also looking at there's going to be a big push in the next couple of weeks to financial management. All right, so Chiron is moving into Taurus, square Pluto in Aquarius. All right, and then once Jupiter moves into Leo, that is also going to be squaring both. It's going to be opposing Pluto, but it's going to be squaring Chiron. All right, so the importance on making sure that your finances are secure. Again, we're going back to that internet stuff. Managing your life in a way. I think with Jupiter in Leo and the South Node in Leo, all right, so that South Node is also that empty cup thing. I think we're going to have to refine our spending quite a bit, or at least be aware of where our leaks are. I know, DG, you said something the other day, and I mean, so I already know that these type of things are in people's minds, all right? So definitely more information is needed, more security, and just know what is valuable in life, because it is the simple things that are valuable. All right, we don't need all the fucking shiny things. We need important people. We need safety. We need comfort. We need shelter. We need food. All right, these are the important things. There's those Taurian values. All right, having things that are ultimately just going to get thrown away, that cost you a fortune, that that you're just wasting your resources on, is I think it's just we're going to become stronger and more in the limelight than what it is right now. So especially when that sun moves into Cancer, to all the things that I've just said. All right, so again, I don't mean to be harping. I'm just a little bit revved up already. So, so I'll draw another card to summarize today. And again, this is about being ahead of the wave that you can see coming. All right, you can already see the housing market start to crash. Been talking about this one for a while. You know, although they didn't increase rates, people just can't. The cost of living is ridiculous. So there is already a what's more valuable and relevant. So, you know, we're already looking at that. There we go. We've got a so true and 100% agree. And yeah, living simply and frugally is going to be something to be proud of. All right. Yeah, I bet you start to see more people doing the follow this algorithm for frugality, or here's how I saved $20 million tips, you know? So those type of things will, I feel like, will become more visible as well. So what card is going to be perfect for today? Oh, this one is, there we go. There we go. I will have a look at the book, but the Eight of Wands, I feel like it's very much a pulling your resources or putting all your sticks in one bunch. Let's have a look. Eight of Wands. Where is the Wands? I feel like, okay, all right. It's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on. All right, so action. You know those moments in life that feel like a sprint? This type of speedy energy is at play. It's inspirational, it's fiery, it's positive, that need to be acted upon. Listen to it. With all of this movement, avoid being swept along by the unpredictable ride by having clarity about your desires and directions. That is just perfect. Like I said in the words, allow yourself to be ahead of the wave that is coming. Otherwise, you may just end up in the whitewash. So, oh, hi Nat, how are you? Oh, very good, very good. So yeah, definitely preparation and planning is everything. Don't be afraid to close things that you don't need, that are irrelevant, that are part of the shiny thing that was yesterday. All right. Even in the words for tomorrow, I've got you are the only one responsible for your life. Full stop. Don't let people or things from yesterday's beliefs stop you from achieving all you know that you can. Don't get angry, get busy and prove it to yourself that you are in fact incredible. So I know it's only Thursday, but I feel like there's a lot of things that we can do in these next couple of days to just shore ourselves up. And again, this is just my opinion looking at the aspects and things that are in the sky right now. So do with it what you will. But that's me. I will leave you with that. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. I'm around today if anybody does need a chat. And I will see you tomorrow. So, mwah.